Alright. Right. Hello, Twitch chat. Hello, YouTube chat. Good day, good evening to every single one of you. I haven't streamed in over a fucking week. My bad. My bad, chat. I forgot. Yeah, I've just been doing some stuff. Like I had to get a video out. Wait, when did I put that video? I forgot when I put that video out. I think that was like last week. I'm too lazy to check. Ugh. I put out a video like over the weekend. I just kind of been chilling, drafting up video ideas for the future. Working a little more on Tears of the Kingdom, which I plan on running either tomorrow or Sunday. And I just had musical shit. And even a bit of work. Crazy that I'm saying this, but I had a work shift. Anyway, what were we gonna do today? We got good ending. We got bad ending. We can officially play all the mini games and shit. What we need to do. Nightmare. This is the 6th night of the game. And there isn't a 7th night. So this is like one of the harder nights.
This is just to inform all employees that due to budget restrictions, the previously mentioned safe rooms are being sealed at most locations, including this one. Work crews will be here most of the day today, constructing a false wall over the old door face. Nothing is being taken out beforehand, so if you left anything inside, then it's your own fault. Management also requests that this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives. Thanks again, and remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's team.
Alright. Camp 5. So he moved while I was looking at, he moved while I was looking, he's closer. He moved while I was looking at the vents to change them. He entered a vent. I didn't hear an entering sound. There was no entering sound. He just showed up there. Alright, 1 a.m. Woo! We made good progress tonight, fellas. We made good progress. We made it to 1 a.m. on night 6. Okay, so he's over there. I can deal with that. Okay, so, you know, it's gonna be a chill stream. Because we just have night 6. We'll dabble a bit in, aggressive nightmare, which is the ultimate hard challenge in this game. And we'll watch some game theory. Just, like, catch up on lore. Okay, he's over there. I was kind of hoping he'd be over yonder. But no, he's over here. Wow. Okay, so Chica was there. How do I... Like, when she's activated like that... How do you deactivate here? Is it just, like... Get out of there? Why are you... Great. What's up, Neil? Yeah, that's a bit of a problem that we got here. Bit of a problem we got here. Hello, friend. I gotta reboot my... Okay, he... I played the audio, though. I played the audio, and he didn't go. Fucker ignored me. What am I supposed to do? Okay. No, Okay, I don't know why it didn't go over to that cam. But sure. Sure, video game. Sure, Mr. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. That makes a lot of sense.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, I want to drag him over into cam 7 because that's what worked last time. That's how we got through night 5.
Hello.
Okay, so he's in like... Where is the fucker? Why are you there? Dude is like literally going in the opposite direction of my audio. I'm trying to lure him from cam 8 to cam 7 and he goes over to cam 9 and then cam 10. I didn't even hear you enter the vent. I just got lucky.
Hello.
Okay, he's moved again.
Hi.
So I'll just lure him back like that. If we keep him locked to cam 10, actually that's a bit of a risky move. We don't want to keep him locked to cam 10.
Hi.
Okay, he's still there. Because, yeah, if he leaves cam 10 and then enters a cam 9 vent,
Hello.
there's a good chance we might be boned in that situation. There's a good chance he could go to cam 9 right now, go into the cam 9 vent, which I think he just did. Okay, no, it's cam 10. But yeah, if you went into the cam 9 event right there, our cock would be twisted into a balloon. Gotta be kidding me, dude. Like, I did that as fast as I could, I feel like. I don't think you could do that any faster than I did. Hey, friend. Like, I couldn't have moved over to the cam 9 vent, whichever cam that is. I could not move over there any faster. I moved as fast as I could, and I didn't have enough time. I was like 2 seconds late. You can't enter a vent yet. Could you not go to cam 10?
Hi.
Let's try. We have to manually lure him to where we want him to be. Because he literally goes back to cam 10 because he sees like, probably sees like the instant path to death. Okay, we got him cam 7. Now we just wait. And as soon as we see a static get a little funky, like there, we know he's left.
Hello.
That's close. I have no idea if that did anything. I don't know. Yeah, that was the vent, and it was the vent. It was cam 12. Ah, you fool. Okay, so how do we get rid of Chica now? Okay, so once Chica appears on the screen there, what do we do? Do I have to, like, physically close out of cams? No idea where he is. I think he just got closer. I'm gonna need cams to be able to figure out where he is. Found him. Please, get out of here. Why do you have to take 8 years?
Hello.
So that doesn't give us an error. I mean, at least that's something. At least we don't get an error from the puppet. Okay, so I think I need to rethink my order of priority when I'm doing things on a camera. I think I need to prioritize checking for the fuckheads. I need to prioritize checking for fuckheads and then putting the audio rather than clicking immediately putting down an audio. And he got closer. I think I know how that happened.
Hi.
Check for the fuckheads, then start worrying about putting an audio down.
Hi.
We might be boned. Because he was in the window and we didn't have an audio.
Hi.
I don't know.
Hello.
So he's actually going back. What do you know? He's listening to the audio lures. Like how he's designed to. I think. I don't think he's truly listening. He's going around all over the place. 5 a.m. We win. We fucking win. I don't know where the fuck he is. And I kind of want to be able to find him. even if he's in a cam that we're completely safe at this point. You know, I just want to be able to have him in my sight.
Hello.
Cam 2. Whoa! Alright. Alright. Not that bad. It burns! Fazbear's Fright burns to the ground. A new local attraction based on an ancient pizzeria chain burned down overnight. Authorities have not ruled out foul play, but at the moment it seems to have been caused by faulty wiring. Very little was found at the scene. A few items that were salvaged will be sold in auction. 3 stars! Alright. Check out the extra menu. Jump scares. Whoa, so spooky. Oh, well, here he is again. Here's the goofy little fuckheads. You! Fuck you. Boo. You don't get Mangle, you don't get the puppet. You do get these guys. Alright, let's have a look at these cheats. Fast nights. Very simple. The nights just go by faster. No errors. Very simple. Your systems don't fail. Radar and aggressive are the interesting ones. Let's go use radar, and let's go into Nightmare Night just so we can show it off. We have radar enabled, and if we now look at the map, boom, we know he's right here, and we know that he moved here, and we know that he moved back to Cam 7. It makes it easier to track where he is, which is very, very convenient, because he always hides in like the corners of cameras or in the shadows. Like, okay, I was gonna say, like, you know, find him here. It's like a nice spy game. Where's Waldo? Try and find him, but he moved, and then the video went out. So, great. The interesting one. I didn't mean to select night 6. The cheat that is interesting is aggressive, because this one doesn't offer any advantage. It doesn't make your nights faster. It doesn't let you know where he is at all times. It doesn't give you no errors. This one makes it harder. This one makes Springtrap, well, more aggressive. So we have 3 helpful things, 1 harder challenge, and this game's version of the 2020 challenge, or the Golden Freddy challenge, or whatever, or 420. This game's version of it, because it doesn't have a custom night, is Aggressive Nightmare. You have no cheat on, except for aggressive, as you can see right here. You do night 6, and you try to win. And it's probably one of the easier challenges of all, like, the, like, hard mode challenges in these games. But, like, it's still challenging. Very luck dependent. That's the thing with a lot of these.
Hello.
So we'll get a couple attempts. I'm thinking about an hour in, we'll switch over to Game Theory React. Like, our theorizing Game Theory React. Where'd he go? He's already over there.
Hi.
Yeah, so like an hour in, we'll make our theory on what the timeline is. We'll watch Game Theory, figure it out, what like the general community consensus was back then. And that'll be it. I don't have intention of beating Aggressive Nightmare because Because, you know, that's kind of insane.
Hello.
But, you know, we'll see how far we get. Who knows, maybe in the next, like, 40 minutes I'll accidentally beat it.
Hello.
What vent?
Hi.
I don't know what vent he entered because my cameras were down. I couldn't even see. Name a FNaF character? Okay, I found him. Springtrap. That's the character. Springtrap. Anyway, I found him.
Hi.
Found him. You know what? 2 a.m. first attempt. We take that, I guess. Does it stay on? Please tell me it stays on. Okay. It stays on when you die. You don't have to reactivate anything. You can just roll with it.
Hi.
Bro? Bro? Already at Cam 5? Gotta be shitting me. Cam 8. Or Cam 6. Yeah, you wanna listen to my audio?
Hello.
I'm placing it down especially for you. Camp 5. We're still good. It's all good. He just, like, suddenly got to, like, Cam 2. How? What the fuck? What? You guys saw him over here. And then we reset a system, and he's all the way over here.
Hi.
I don't know how he does it. How in the fuck? Okay. How do you work? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something real quick. We're gonna spend a bit of time. We're gonna turn on radar, no errors. I just want to see how this guy moves. Cause he went from Cam 8 to Cam 2, then to front of my office. Like, in an instant. He's doing moves here. I'm just gonna watch him until I die. We're just gonna observe how fast he moves. He likes cams that have easily accessible vents. So cams 7, 9, 10, 5, and 2 are gonna be hot spots for him. And like, you guys see how fast he's moving. Okay, to be fair, game, I wasn't given the opportunity to see Mangle. Also, I didn't get a ventilation error. Okay. So where does he go from here? Okay, so he registers as moved like that. In which he then moves there, which is... I have no idea. Move to cam 1. And then he's over here. And then he runs out behind. Okay. Okay, we're learning a bit more. So basically, he moves fast. He moves fast. He moves at zany, radical speeds. The likes of which unparalleled for dead people. So...
Hi.
I clicked like 3 times. I clicked like 3 times and the audio didn't go.
Hi.
Cam 5. Cam 2.
Hello.
I wasn't even looking at the game. I was looking away for a moment. I was looking away for a moment, then Foxy's on my screen. Oh, man. And I let my guard down a little bit, and then bam, he's on my screen as well. I'm probably worse at this than FNaF 2. At least with FNaF 2, it's just like repeating one pattern over and over and over. Here, it has a lot of variance. Depending on where he starts, where he moves,
Hello.
how you play around that. There's a lot of variance in how he does things that can affect how you have to play. Which makes it one of the more difficult challenges for me, even if overall it might be one of the easier ones in the entire series.
Hi.
I'm going to send a link of the edit. What's the edit of? Cam 5.
Hi.
I might focus a little bit because I want to see if I can do it. Probably not, but
Hello.
I mean, you don't know until you try. think he moved back to Camp 7 with that one, because he moved and it didn't trigger the siren. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, to be fair, game, I couldn't see Balloon Boy.
Hi.
Like, I couldn't see that he was there.
Hello.
Please. Please. Please.
Hi. Hello.
Okay, I'm gonna enable cameras again just to make sure that we're fine. I'm just gonna pray that that was the Cam 7 vent.
Hi.
And luckily we're fine. It's always Foxy. Camp 2. Never mind, I saw him run across. Okay, so 3 a.m. is gonna be where we die. "4 a.m. Hey! 4 a.m. We first died at 2 a.m., then we died at 4 a.m. That means this time, we're gonna win. Guaranteed. Guaranteed to win right here. That's how that works. Look, I see a pattern in the past. You gotta be shiting me.
Hi.
Yeah, I think if any phantom jump scares you, it's just GG's.
Hi.
If any phantom ever comes out and jump scares you, I think that is just GG's for the attempt. Because then, like, the Springtrap moves faster when you get jump scared by a phantom. And not only that, but that means you have another system you have to reboot. How was I supposed to know he was in Cam 10? How was I supposed to know he was in Camp 10? How was I, a lowly night security guard, expected to know the fuckhead McGee decided to go all the way to the opposite end of the building of me just to squeeze himself into a tight little space with this sole intention of killing me and fucking me over. Especially when I couldn't see shit of his whereabouts.
Hi.
think optimally we're gonna have to try and make it so that we don't have to do 2 sets of restarts on 1 trip to the panel.
Hi.
And I think we could do that by just kind of spacing out camera and audio. Doing audio, going back over it, doing cams. I couldn't see you! We're boned.
Hello.
Cam 5. He is chilling in Cam 5. As we speak. If I thought that's where he would be. But he's not there. And I don't think he would be at any other camera at this moment. Now he has to be in like Cam 2. I'm sealing that vent. He ignored all of my things.
Hi.
He ignored all of my things. Hi, Springtrap. How you doing, buddy? Top of the morning. Top of the evening. What the shitballs is this dude?
Hello.
When he has multiple places he could be going at every movement, it's very risky to have cams down.
Hi.
Cams are definitely the least important of the menu things, but Cam 5.
Hi.
What am I doing? I have no errors.
Hello.
Okay, so he just ignored my audio. That's wonderful. Wonderful! He just ignored the audio. Despite it being in a neighboring room. Despite the audio being in a neighboring room, he still can just elect to ignore it.
Hi. Hi.
I wonder if by adjacent room it means camera number. So like trying to force him from 5 to 8 doesn't work. But then again, he's in cam 6. I put an audio in cam 7, and then he went to cam 5.
Hi.
So I think it could just genuinely be RNG, whether or not he decides that he wants to follow your audio.
Hello.
And if it is RNG, then I'd say fuck you. I would hate having to rely on RNG near the end of a night. And how in the fucking fuck did you get there? Alright, you know, I saw you in cam 7 with that vent blocked off. And then one Foxy jump scare, and I'm dead. No.
Hi.
Okay, so if he really does just not only zoom to your office
Hi.
when you get jump scared, but also just choose to ignore your audio, that could cause genuine problems. Like, I'm talking big, serious problems. These ain't little Timmy problems. These are big Tom problems.
Hi.
Don't go to cam 10.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
That was definitely event entering. I hate when it does that because you can't see that the animatronics on the damn camera, but you still get punished for it. Just because, you know, like they happened to be moving on that camera. I didn't do anything wrong.
Hello.
I'm trying to tell by ambience where he is, so he's got to be like cam 6 or 8. And I couldn't see that! Okay, it's gonna be another 3 or 4 a.m. death. 4 a.m. deaths. Unless I could somehow get him back to cam 2. Which I don't even think is possible at this stage. I think when you see him turn the corner like that, it's impossible. Once he gets past that window, I think it is just genuinely impossible to lure him back. I don't think there's any way that you could lure him back once he goes past the window. Hey buddy, how you doing? You're a bit of a speedy boy, aren't you? So how's the weather outside? How's the weather for you? Very green? But we're getting a bit of red right now. Okay, great. 5 a.m. We made it to 5 to 5 a.m. Look, listen, chat. I'm not gonna grind it out, but I'm saying it's a possibility. I'm not grinding it out, but it's a possibility. You know, so maybe we'll start next week. Maybe we'll... Should we grind it out? Like, on one hand, it would be nice to be able to complete another crazy, stupid challenge in a FNaF game, other than just FNaF 1. On the other hand, do we want to subject ourselves to that?
Hi. Hi.
That's like the #1 key thing. Do we want to subject ourselves to maybe another like hour and a half of FNaF 2?
Hi.
Just to try and like beat Aggressive Nightmare. Just for like that little extra star in the menu. For a game I might never boot up again. Ah, who am I kidding? I know myself too well. I know that I'd probably boot up a good old FNaF game at some point in my life, just to look back on the days.
Hello.
And we're dead. He ignored 2 of my audio lures, and then went into an event that I didn't have sealed. It's the biggest risk was cam 10, so I think we go cam 11 seal, and then do the cam 9 and 8 lock. We lock him here.
Hello.
Because then it's easier to keep track of him and make sure he doesn't go into another vent.
Hi.
Ah. Didn't realize it was 1 a.m. I think it went into cam 2 or cam 10. I mean, it has to have been one of the two, but I think that was a cam 10. I don't see how Springtrap would have gone into Cam 2 still, even though we did get jump scared. I don't know how he could have gone into Cam 2. And Cam 10 is also an insta-kill. He went to like the worst starting position outside of Cam 5 itself.
Hi.
I think Cam 9 is the best starting position for him.
Hello.
Because, like, with a Cam 9 start, you know, like, we could seal that vent. We're good on the Cam 8 side. Cam 10 is a bit iffy. But frankly, anywhere we try to trap him is going to cause problems. So I'd say Cam 8 and 9, probably the best starting places for him. In terms of the best place to trap him? I mean, that's more up for debate, but right now I think that our best shot is
Hi.
like right there. Cam 5. Cam 6.
Hi.
Cam's like 3 or 2. Cam 2. Cam 5. Cam 2. Definitely Cam 2.
Hi.
Is it, when he runs past a window, can you ever get him back
Hello.
from the window? That's what I want to know. Can we make it to 3 a.m.? Hey! I'm yours, pal. Alright. Time is short. We gotta watch the map, Pat. I'd say 1 or 2 more goes. Probably just 1, though.
Hi. Hello.
But you know what? I'll settle with a 5 a.m. best.
Hello.
We were just 1 minute away from success.
Hi.
Which is not bad for the hardest challenge in the game when you consider that I am not good at this game and that we've only been doing this night for like 40 minutes. Probably somewhere around Cam 8. I don't think he's in Cam 5 or closer.
Hi.
Ah, you fool. Ah, you absolute buffoon. I click. I clicked. Cam 5. I'm not Cam 8. It was just Freddy. It's just Freddy going across the screen.
Hi.
Okay, I put an audio down, but he didn't listen. And now it's the Cam 5 vent.
Hello.
Cool.
Hello.
Just focusing in on the audio.
Hello.
Using audio as my tool. Because audio is all I got right now. Okay, he's in one of the safer cameras now.
Hi.
It's so hard to tell where he could be sometimes when you don't when you have cameras down and Freddy's on the screen as well. It is impossible to tell. Like, is he in a safe camera? Please tell me that was Cam 7. Okay, good. Cam 5.
Hello. Hello.
Why? No! I wanted to wait for Freddy to move out of the way, because then I would pull it down and I would just stare, because there was nothing else I'd be able to do. But no, he decided to take a bit too long, and then we had to die. At 5 a.m., I could beat it. I don't really care enough to try. We might just leave it there, and here's what we're gonna do instead. I'm gonna pull up. Gonna pull up this. I'm gonna do. Looking back on a series of videos. I know YouTube is telling me that bitrate is a little fucked, but I know it's just generally like that when they're static. It looks fine to me on Twitch. Okay, but here's what we're doing. So last time when we were playing FNaF 2, we finished the game. We made our theories. And then we watched Matt Pat to figure out like what the general consensus of the community was. So let's make our timeline. So, Fredbear's Family Diner. Place closes down due to multiple and simultaneous spring log failures. Freddy Fazbear's opens. Purple Guy kills kids. Place gets shut down. FNaF 2 location opens up. Purple Guy kills more kids. Bite of 87. Place closes. FNaF 1 location. I don't think any kids died or anything, but place just didn't have enough good business, I guess, after 2 sets of murders and a bite, plus a spring lock incident. So that place closed down. Then 30 years later, in 2023, Fazbear Frights. We have Springtrap, who was Purple Guy after he got spring locked at some point in between FNaF 1 and this game. And then Fazbear Frights gets burned down, Springtrap survives, and that's all that we have. That's what the lore is. Which is why we are going to double check that with our good old buddy Matthew Passew. Alright. Oh god, we got 3 videos. We got this one, we got this one, we got this one. Who is fucking ready? I need to unmute YouTube, hold on. Let's have a look at what Game Theory had to say about FNaF 3. It's unmuted. MapPat's just sitting in a closet. You know, this isn't very different from what you'd expect from a dude at like now. He'd still be pulling this shit.
It's time.
Old classic intro. Oh, you haven't seen this shit in years. Well, I actually think I brought it back on a recent video. I think he brought it back just because, like, you know, it's the classic. That's the one everyone remembers from the back in the day.
Where good things, or at least FNaF things, come to those who wait. And man, when it comes to this game series, no one was waiting for anything. I mean, the second game came out 3 months after the first, the trailer for the third was 2 months later, and like 4 minutes after that, the game was available to download. So forgive me if I was caught with my pants down on that one. I just wasn't prepared for it. But
I think people like, dude, FNaF holds a record for most sequels released within a year. Though I think you could argue that Garden of Banban beat that, but it's Garden of Banban, so I don't give a shit. Like, this, FNaF 1, 2, 3, and 4, all released within a 1-year period. Which is insane. That, like, not only were they actually quality, but that Scott managed to do that. And he was a one-man guy. Well, everyone's a one-man guy, or a one-man girl, or a one-man... No, not one-man girl, that doesn't make sense. Or non-binary, that also doesn't make sense. But he was just a one-man team making 4 games within 1 year with a family to tend to. And that's insane. Love him or hate him, he has put in the work.
Even more impressive than that abbreviated timeline was your ability to rip that final game apart.
Final game.
Hours after the release of the game, people were discussing good versus bad endings, 8-bit Atari cake, glitching.
What is this music that MatPat used in the background of these FNaF theories? Like, there's so many like weird, creepy music I used. I know one was River Twigs, Super Paper Mario. Hold on. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, like he used this music a lot. He used that music a lot. But what's like this other one that's playing right now?
walls and punching a flipping
I am
code into
curious.
cement bricks arranged like a telephone dial pad. In regards to that last one, I have 2 things to say. First off, well done to you guys for figuring it out so quickly, and secondly, Scott, seriously.
Where does this cutout come from? You know, we know where the classic cutout of MatPat comes from. You know, the like I can't do it like the. You know the one, like the one of that. We know where that comes from. He still looks photoshopped in, but whatever. What about this one?
Dial in my phone number. Beep boop boop beep boop boop. What? When did we jump from a point-and-click horror game to magical fantasy? This thing is like Platform 9 and 3.
Yeah, it is kind of fucking crazy. It is a crazy way that they expected us to get the good ending. Just like punch the wall. Hope it's not drywall.
Or something, anything, but nope. Dialing it into a wall makes so much more sense. Okay, sorry, just needed to get that one off my chest. Moving on. Now, with 15 days at Freddy's under our belts and a few overtime hours clocked in for good measure, we have ourselves a completed video game trilogy, with the 3rd game giving us more jump scares, more phone guy, and more fan. But this game also contains the final clues we need to get some closure on this game.
The final clues.
Scotty
Does he know?
Easier for us, but at this point I think we finally have enough puzzle pieces scattered across the 3 games to assemble a fairly accurate picture of this franchise's lore. Since you guys had a, let's just say, above average interest in this theory, I wanted to
I mean, of course, it's MatPat FNaF, you know.
Questions as possible.
Okay, let's see what he can answer. Timeline. What's up with Golden Freddy? What suit does the killer use? Deal with shadow animatronics? I am actually curious on shadow animatronics. I don't know. Random naked endoskeleton. Bite of 87. Purple guy. Why is anyone doing a movie? Oh, fuck. The movie was already, like, confirmed at these points. At this point, the movie was already confirmed. And now in 2023, we finally got it. Like, that's crazy to think. 2015. That was an 8-year wait for a movie. I think it was worth it. I love that movie.
But beyond just the details, the question we all want an answer to is, what exactly happened in the story throughout this series?
Look, if we know, kid died. Man killed kid.
Thousands of videos, forum entries, and Tumblr posts. Whoa, hey, put that away. You behave yourself. This game is already scary enough without you sticking your hook somewhere it doesn't belong, okay? Despite all those things, we still don't have a clear picture on the details.
I'm not. I'm good. I'm not going to DeviantArt or Tumblr anymore. Not that I ever did, but I'm not going there.
Still weren't sure about who this guy was or even how many victims he'd officially taken. Then there are the animatronics. Sure, we generally understand that the killer's dead bodies have been stuffed into some of the suits, and that with the help of the puppet, the kids were able to find new life in those robotic bodies. But then, what about Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, who randomly appeared in FNaF 2 only to become prominent figures throughout Part 3?
Yeah, I actually don't remember what the deal is with them.
Someone we've been talking about since the first game, and yet we still don't really know anything about him. Well,
let's be real, it's FNaF. We don't know much about anything. Well, this is the point where we still kind of knew everything about everything. But except for Golden Freddy and the Shadow animatronics. But like,
that we
I am curious about Shadow
I
animatronics
think
because I
it's time to
forgot.
revisit my timeline I presented in the last episode to see what I got right, what I got wrong. Yes, you heard that. Wrong. No shame. I'm a big boy. Mommy, wow, I'm a big kid now. And finally fill in the missing details to create what I believe to be my definitive Five Nights theory. And boy, howdy, it is a doozy. So strap in, theorists. You wanted it. You're about to get it. Overall, the timeline of the franchise I presented in the last video still holds strong. Decades
Yeah.
before the name became a horror.
I think it's pretty set in
legendary
stone, at least for this
style
point in the
attraction,
series.
Freddy
That's what
Fazbear
the
got his
timeline is.
start at Fredbear Family Diner. It's here
Good old
our
Gravity
story
Falls
begins
Diner.
as Purple Guy takes his first victim. Something we see in the Take Cake minigame from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. What tells us that this is Fredbear's and first in the timeline? Well, as I said last time, in addition to it being a small space, the only character we see is Freddy, whereas all other minigames feature multiple animatronics. He's also holding a cupcake. Since that would later become Chica's signature item, the event depicted in this game
That isn't
was
something I
before
actually
she
considered.
was created.
Huh.
Additionally, notice that the purple guy
I didn't really think about the fact that he's
outside
holding a
the
cupcake.
building.
Could also
This is
just be
the
like a
only
full-size
time we see
cake,
him
but
murder someone outside the walls of a Fazbear building, which implies that this is likely his first victim. Serial killers often have what's known as a signature, a way of killing that's unique to him and him alone. For Purple Guy, his signature is dressing in an animatronic costume, then luring children to the back of the pizza.
I want to pause here for a moment. Like, number one, that's an interesting thing. Like, serial killers having a unique way they do their thing. That's something I didn't really know about until I saw this theory. Which makes sense, because when I saw this theory, I would have been 8. And I don't think 8-year-olds know much about serial killers. Like, even looking back at it now, it's still interesting. I also want to pause here because I want to bring up something else that I think is really funny. You guys remember back in the day when people thought that this guy was a different guy from Purple Guy because he was pink? Y'all remember Pink Guy? Pink Guy was a classic series that like is obviously debunked. There's no way there's a Pink Guy. I think it would be really funny if Steel Wool made like, I don't know, fucking like a Fredbear Family Diner game or something. Help Wanted 3 or something, and like dumped in the Pink Guy being like, yeah, he's also here and he's a killer. Or even just like a funny little mention like, my favorite color is purple, but everyone thinks it's pink for some reason, like as a note from William Afton or some shit. That'd be very, very I'm on board. Steel will do that or else I'm not buying the next game.
Rhea and killing the bear. But this murder occurs before he developed this particular style, implying that it's the first. From there, we know that the puppet jump scare that always follows this minigame, combined with the tier design on both the dead child and the puppet's mask, implies that the soul of the first child now exists in the puppet. The event caused the original owners to sell the Fredbear name, who then rebranded and avoided the negative PR, becoming what we know today as Fazbear Entertainment. They then opened a new chain of restaurants, which we never saw in the games, until the release of Five Nights 3. This is not Fredbear Diner like many interpret, but rather the first location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Predating
What makes
the
you say
events
that,
of
Matt
Five
Pat?
Nights at Freddy's
I didn't
2.
really think
No.
about this.
Well, by paying close attention to the old
I didn't think it
recordings
mattered.
the phone guy dug up in FNaF 3, he introduces us to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, not Diner, before explaining the functionality of the special spring lock suits.
Oh, yeah, that does.
Career as a performer slash
Yeah, that makes sense. Like,
for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
yeah, if it's Freddy Fazbear's, then we have 2 Springlock suits.
That double as both animatronic
You know,
and
it has to be
He
Freddy's.
also lets us know that the animatronics are still allowed to walk around freely during the day. Meaning
Yeah,
that this
Bite
is
of 87
happening
hasn't
before
happened.
The Bite of 87, in which an animatronic bites someone during business hours, removing their frontal lobe and resulting in the animatronics being restricted to moving around only at night.
for ease of operation, the animatronics are set to turn and walk towards sound cues.
As Phone Guy informs us, and as we see in the Stage 01 minigame, there are 2 specialty suits, a Golden Bonnie suit and the origins of the infamous Golden Freddy. But the lifespan of these Springlock suits is actually short-lived as we learn about their one fatal flaw.
After learning of an unfortunate incident at the sister location involving multiple and simultaneous spring lock failures, the company has deemed the suits temporarily unfit for employees. The classic suits are being retired, to an appropriate location.
Now, let's pause here. 2 employees are killed by the failure of a Bonnie suit and a Freddy suit. Where else in the game do we see Bonnie and Freddy sharing a unique feature that no one else in the game possesses? Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie.
Let me think about that for a moment. Let me think. Does that sound right? Shadow Freddy, Shadow Bonnie. Like, Shadow Freddy, I could definitely see being from, like, a Golden Freddy suit. They're in the same kind of pose. Shadow Bonnie, though, is a very clearly toy Bonnie. So I wonder if that would cause complications in the idea.
Could this be the origin of the paranormal Shadow suits? Yes, actually. Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie are tied to the ghosts of the employees who died in the spring suits. Get this, the employees' bodies were taken out of the suits, which is why their appearance is more paranormal and why they can't possess them as well as the children can. Plus, having this as their origin would explain the in-game behavior of both suits. In FNaF 3, we see that purple guy hides in a secret safe room that has been built into every pizzeria. A room that's hidden to customers and invisible to the animatronics programming. During the minigames that occur between nights, we see Shadow Freddy lead the other animatronics to this secret room, only to cause them to glitch out and then get torn apart by Purple Guy. This supernatural origin story is how Shadow Freddy is able to enter the safe room when other animatronics can't. How he's able to...
Yeah, because he's not a robot. He's not a physical robot. He's a
lead you
ghost.
to that room in the first place when other animatronics...
And he can't just be a hallucination by the night FNaF 2 guards, because, like, obviously he's very real here.
That purple guy attacking you will eventually free your soul. That's also why there's no purple Freddy suit when you do finally enter that room. It's not an alternate purple guy costume like many believe, it's an apparition. Suck on that, Harry Potter, I knew someone would apparate eventually. It also explains why Shadow Bonnie's minigame in FNaF 3 always starts on stage 01, the spring suits, and why it's the one animatronic we control that has the ghostly ability to glitch, fly, and teleport. As we concluded last episode, this is also the point in the timeline of the first...
Why did, like, is it just me, or did, like, the brightness change? Or, like, the contrast
of
of the entire video?
The mauve murderer dressed in one of the suits lured children to a back room and killed them. He's starting to develop his signature. But one nagging detail FNaF theorists have been wondering is, what suit does he use for his disguise?
Golden Bonnie.
The answer? Golden Bonnie. Why?
Yeah.
Well, remember the phone guy saying the faulty suits were being retired to an appropriate location. There's a high likelihood they're being stored in one of the safe rooms in the restaurants. Plus, we hear in FNaF 2 that the purple guy has a habit of using a yellow suit.
We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it.
But why not Golden Freddy? Phone guy tells us so at the beginning of Night 5 in FNaF 3.
Management has also been made aware that the Spring Bonnie animatronic has been noticeably moved.
My, what an oddly specific detail.
Yeah, so it,
Scott Cawthon.
very,
Remember,
very
these
set in
days
stone
in FNaF
Spring Bonnie.
3
Plus, like, that's the one they got locked into. Sure, there's no Golden Freddy, but I feel like it was an intentional design choice to show he uses Golden Bonnie. It'd be kind of weird if he's going around in a regular-ass Foxy suit or something, but he dies in Golden Bonnie.
all the way back to the first pizzeria location, which is why this detail is so
Like, not just from a
important. It
lore
reflects
standpoint,
Purple
but from,
Guy
like,
starting to develop
a
his
game
signature
design
ability
standpoint,
pattern.
I'd
From
say.
there, we know the rest of the story. Purple Guy kills the kids, stuffs the bodies into the suits to hide them, but as we read the paper, is caught on camera and arrested. Meanwhile, the puppet gives life to the children, and the angry spirits possess the robots. Or is that really how it goes? Let's go back to the Give Gifts, Give Life minigame. The children are lying there dead, and the puppet first tries to give them presents.
Yeah, so it's the puppet who stuffs
Weird
them.
until you consider that his place is at the prize corner. Giving presents is the only thing he knows that can make children happy. It's a reflex. Remember, this is still a child's spirit in this puppet. But when that doesn't work, the puppet goes around one more time and does the only other thing it can think of. Put the bodies into the suits. You heard that right. In trying to save the children, he's the one hiding them in the animatronic suits. Not the killer like we've been assuming. But
My guess is that Purple Guy is putting them into the suits, while the puppet is the one bringing those spirits to give life to the suits, rather than just have the corpse rot away.
But then what about the fifth child, as there's only 4 here? Well, as we pointed out last time, the fifth child is there too, appearing at the very end of the minigame and taking the role of Golden Freddy. But remember, Golden Freddy is a decommissioned spring-lock suit at this point, deemed too unsafe to be functional. The reason he's slumped
Which is why you don't give him life in the minigame, because he doesn't move.
over and can't move like the rest is that his endoskeleton has been taken out. He's in suit mode, not free roaming mode. He physically doesn't have the mechanisms in place to stand up and move. Possessed or no, a dead child's spirit just can't give a boneless suit the ability to stand. This also explains the lone naked endoskeleton that appears occasionally in both Five Nights 2 and Five Nights 1.
Okay, but that's a different endoskeleton. That's, and I don't know which suit specific, like that would probably be like a Chica Foxy endoskeleton. Freddy, because of his ears, have to have a very specific Endo 02. Yeah, like, this is the Endo they would have to use. Whereas that lore Matt Pat. Yeah. Get schooled, Matthew. You got the endoskeleton wrong. Though we do see this guy in FNaF 2. We do see him.
An endoskeleton that once belonged to Golden
That
Freddy.
has got to be the Golden Freddy
I know
one.
I made you wait for this one, so I knew I had to make it count. Heck, if there ain't a lot to cover. Still with me? Good, because we're ready for our next location. You see, since the puppet hid the bodies, no one knows they're in the suits until they start oozing and smelling, which, as we see in the papers, eventually gets the place shut down for health violations. The company tries to recover from, quote, the tragedy that took place there many years ago.
And then they fail because, to be fair, if you're a small little pizza chain and then kids die in your pizza restaurant, then you reopen and your robots smell like dog shit, and then the parents take their kids and then 5 more kids die, yeah, you're probably not going to have good PR. You're going to need some incredible PR team, incredible lawyers. Like, Fazbear Entertainment in the modern FNaF era would absolutely be able to afford that. Here?
And eventually
Nah.
it's forced to shut its doors for good. This leads to the
Better Call Saul.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Finally,
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Had 10 children died in your pizzerias?
we're actually going to talk about a game in the series. Seriously, can you believe we've been going this whole time on locations that aren't even settings for the 3 main games?
Oh, Matt Pat, you think 13 minutes and we haven't even talked about the games yet. Wow, so crazy. How long was his first part of the Ultimate Timeline? I don't know, the first, 2 parts of the Ultimate Timeline weren't even of any of the games. If I was Fredbear's Diner, it's literally just a diner from Gravity Falls. It is.
That is
Absolute
why this
classic.
lore is so challenging, but also so interesting. Anyway, forgotten, dismantled, deactivated. These are the words you see at the beginning of the trailer.
Broken
Back
ass
when the debate
animatronics.
about whether this game was a sequel or a prequel to the first game, these words made it seem like a follow-up, that everything had been shut down since the first game, but it wasn't. These words
Because
are
we
a
had
reference to
another
the business
fucking
that closed
location
down
over there.
After that first missing children's incident. That's why posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 are all about the brand new Fazbear Pizza. It's the grand reopening after years of being out of business.
Correct.
That's also why the new toy animatronics have built-in facial recognition software. To
So many damn Freddy
They
locations.
need to be
It gets
over
worse.
another incident,
It gets
but,
worse
no,
as the series goes on.
in the Save Them minigame, 5 more children get killed in this new location.
Yay,
We
murder.
know it's the new location because the minigame map's layout perfectly matches this new Fazbear business.
Yep.
We also know it couldn't have happened earlier in the timeline as both the old animatronics and new toy robots are presented in the game. But this time, the puppet solution...
Okay, I want to know about that minigame. What happened to the dead kids? Did they get stuffed? Or did the employees show up and be like, God damn it, there's more dead kids here. I'm gonna lose my job over this.
isn't saving the kids, it's stopping the killer. He enlists the help of Freddy to try and SAVETHEM, leading the bear to the killer's location.
Good fucking job with that.
The awful guy came prepared, equipped with not a phone, but
It's
rather
not a
something
phone.
to help him tamper with the animatronics.
Gamers, you're getting played? What the fuck? I'm getting played?
Going on with these robots, because he's been
Ah.
watching, studying. The puppet wants Freddy to save them, to which the killer's answer is only this: you can't. So how did the purple guy manage?
I always forget
to
that
get
it puts a
caught
"you
years
can't"
before?
message there.
What about the bite of '87? How do FNaF
like it crashes
1 and
the game
3
as well.
fit in? And most importantly of all, who is the purple guy? All that next week. Don't.
Alright. So I'd say we got it spot on here. I'd say even for the time, MatPat got spot on.
Loving this pay bump and our allowance. Wonder where
Wow.
we got the extra money.
What do you guys think of Xfinity.com? Man, I love Xfinity. I don't use it. Yo! Yo, who the fuck? What the fuck is this? I don't use it. What the fuck? Yo, who the fuck? What the fuck is this? This is a great stream. Good shit. What the fuck? This is a great stream. Good shit. Look at this shit, man. Oh, we are watching some incredible content right here. You know what? Let's see it go down. Why not? Why not? You know what? Why the fuck not? Why not? Why not? You know why the fuck not?
Bazinga!
Like I mean I have no better to do.
Bazinga!
Jesus Christ, it's loud.
I mean, I have no better.
Oh, it's gonna keep going down with that as well. Jesus Christ, it's loud.
I mean, I have.
Oh, it's gonna keep going down with that as well.
Oh, it's gonna
Wait.
keep going down with that as well.
Okay, no, never mind. All right, let's get back to the video. Oh shit! The FNaF only Game Theory intro. Y'all remember this one? They made a whole ass new intro for like what they thought was just gonna be like 1 or 2 more videos on the entire series.
Hello,
That's
Internet.
wild.
Welcome to Game.
Especially with how much work
We
that
may
must
not
have taken
made
to make.
FNaF, but I like to think we've at least made it a bit more interesting.
If MatPat makes another FNaF theory before he retires, he needs to reuse that intro.
So in part 1 of this long-awaited all questions answered FNaF theory, we covered everything from the origins of the shadow animatronics, to the reason for Golden Freddy's ghostly behavior, to proof of what suit the killer uses. We clarified the timeline and even went so far as to dispel the myth that the killer is the one shoving the bodies into the suits. Click here.
Which I do disagree with. I think he's stuffing him in the suits. The puppet gives it life.
If you missed it to get caught up, don't worry, I'll wait. This is a pausable video after all. But today we're covering the major questions from the franchise, the final bits of the timeline, the ending of the game, and most importantly of all, the identity of the purple guy. So
Wow,
in the
he's
intro,
William
let's
Afton.
cut to the chase. When we left things off, there had been another round of murder done in Fazbear Pizza. Purple guy had once again used a Golden Bonnie suit to lure in another set of 5 kids and kill them, as depicted in the Save Them minigame from FNaF 2. The place gets closed for investigation a few days later, but the one thing that practically...
Wait, a few days later? What, so the kids were dead, they were left on the ground, and then they weren't immediately shut down? Parents and their kids came in, saw the piles of blood on the ground, and, went over to Party Room 3, and there's dead Johnny from Timmy's 4th grade math class. Just, like, chilling in the corner, and they don't, like, immediately shut down?
One overlooks in this location is that it gets reopened. In FNaF 2, the Night 1 phone call welcomes you to your new summer job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Summer job. And yet, the paycheck at the end of the week reads November. There is not a single place in the
Minor
world
error.
where November is a summer month. Not one. Meaning that these tapes, all these tapes, are pre-recorded. And honestly, that shouldn't be a surprise.
I mean, alright, let's play a little bit of funny game right now. Let's be a little silly. November, it's in the southern hemisphere, it's warm enough to be summer. You know, like, you can start talking about, like, May here and be like, ah, yeah, it's just about, like, summer. It's just about summer. You're probably gonna keep the job over the summer. It's a summer job.
Guy's calls are recordings in every game.
Well, he's very
FNaF
clearly
1,
America.
before
It's not
Phone Guy
Australia.
dies, he says he's glad he recorded these messages when he did.
I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you.
And then in FNaF 3, they find the old training tapes the phone guy made.
First of all, we found some vintage audio training cassettes. Dude, these are like prehistoric. I think they were like training tapes.
In short, all of Phone Guy's messages are unstuck in time, not recorded anytime near your tenure as security guard. That includes the ones in FNaF 2 talking about children going missing. The pizzeria isn't being shut down for an investigation of some missing children the week you happen to be working there. You're listening to old tapes meant for the night security guard from months ago. Need more proof? Night 6's call references a birthday party
Need more proof. Like, I can't believe John FNaF stole that from MatPat back in 2015.
happening as the last event before the building closes. But what decorations do we see put up throughout the building for the entirety of the week you're working there?
Birthday.
Happy birthday banners. Confusing? You betcha. Game-changing? Absolutely. This means that both Jeremy and Fritz, the characters you play as throughout FNaF 2, aren't the killer purple guy at all.
You know, maybe it was just a kid's birthday every day. Freddy's is probably a pretty popular place for birthdays. You know, it might be just that, like, they always have a kid having a birthday there.
After the yellow suit investigation and the killer getting charged. Which brings us to the other key point in the timeline, the bite of 87. Ever since we heard about this mysterious frontal lobe nibble on that first fateful night at Freddy's, we've wanted to know more about this bizarre attack, the one that ends up resulting in animatronics no longer being allowed to walk around during the day. But now, 3 games in, we do know more. We know it took place in the location of FNaF 2 based on the 1987 date on Jeremy's paycheck. And furthermore, the newspaper clipping that ends FNaF 2 gives us a clue that it's the bite which closes this version of the restaurant,
It does?
not some serial killing. Quote, after being open a few short weeks, the restaurant is closing its doors, the article says, with the new animatronics being scrapped for possible malfunction. That
So it has to be mangled at the bite of 87, I think.
game designer
It's the only one that
Scott
makes
Kaufman telling
sense.
us that one of the new toy animatronics bit someone during the day. Why else would the new robots be scrapped while the old ones get kept for possible reorganization? Well, outside of an obvious need to retcon why these new robots didn't appear in Five Nights 1, it's because the company considered them safer, relatively speaking. So, then who's the biter? Well, it's none other than the pile of scraps and parts, Mangle. The most obvious clue is the animatronic's unhinged
Right there.
jaw. The frontal lobe is the biggest part of the human brain, and the size and shape of the other toy robots' mouths just wouldn't be able to handle the size of the human head, especially when you compare it to the Mangle's narrow snout and wide open mouth. There's also Mangle's sharper teeth and potential angle of attack. As shown by its jump scare, Mangle goes for the top of the head. And who got bit? Well, there isn't enough evidence to say definitively, but your most likely candidate would be fan favorite Jeremy Fitzgerald.
Oh, so
Jeremy
even knew
has
about this, like,
passed
back
on his paycheck.
then.
At the end of the week, he's welcomed into the family.
But, like, it's a
presumably
good
getting
chance
moved to day
that
shift.
Jeremy was the guy. Okay, but I do want to bring up a question regarding that, though. The recording said, we may move you over to day shift. The position became available. But that was recorded, like, months prior. So who's to say the day shift position was still open and that he didn't just quit?
Gets hired to replace him on day 7, but then promptly gets fired for tampering.
He could've
with the
just quit.
animatronics. That
Though I'm
means
gonna
he's
go
not
with day
likely
shift
the one
'cause
to
that
get
sounds
bit,
more
and instead
plausible
the person
in this
who follows
context.
him on day shift is leaving Jeremy as the most likely frontal lobeless candidate. But regardless of whether it's Jeremy or some other customer we've never met, someone gets bit, the restaurant closes for good, and as the newspaper clippings show, the old animatronics go into storage awaiting a smaller location with a lower budget. Fast forward to the 90s and FNaF 1. We know it's the 90s based on the hourly rate of the paycheck received by Mike Schmidt, security guard extraordinaire from the first game, something we proved in our first Five Nights video. And now we can breathe a sigh of relief, because this was the beautiful time long ago, last August, when the games weren't so complicated, when the biggest mysteries were a game crashing.
When the games weren't so complicated, saying in FNaF 3. Ah, these were the times. Ah, things were different back then.
Bear in the words, it's me. No death minigames, no puppets, no need to shoehorn in extra overcomplicated storylines. That all would come later when the first game became a smash hit and got itself some sequels. And boy, did those sequels make things complicated. As both
Not really.
minigames revealing
Maybe I'm minor FNaF brain rotted, but it doesn't seem complicated. Pretty simple.
About this location from the original game. First things first, we know that the purple guy kills 5 children here. We see it in the Foxy Go 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 minigame from FNaF 2. Foxy runs past a grinning purple guy to see 5 dead bodies. Sorry, no fireworks this time, Foxy. And how do we know it's the FNaF 1 location? Well, it's the only
Pirate
time
Cove?
in the game when Foxy's stage, Pirate Cove, is located to the west of a dining area.
And as far as we're aware, it's the only time Pirate Cove even exists.
That matches
So,
the
like,
layout of the FNaF 1 pizzeria.
that's another
We also
thing.
know from the FNaF 3 minigames that this is where the purple guy dies inside a golden Springlock Bonnie suit in a safe room near the back.
Yeah, I brought this.
So
I
that
think
it
I brought
would
this
never
up.
show on
FNaF 1
camera,
location during that
immediately
minigame.
explaining why it never appeared in the first game. But hold on, weren't those safe rooms sealed up a long time ago? I mean, we touched on this last episode.
Yeah.
But the old recordings
Yeah, they
of the
were.
one guy we listened to throughout FNaF 3 say that these rooms
Maybe
are
it's just not that
closed off,
location.
discontinued, and will never be mentioned again. Why would a location 20 years later possess a safe room unless it was the same building as the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location? That's why it's in such disrepair when we see it in the FNaF 3 minigames, boarded up with rats on the floor. It's
Or maybe because, you know, the pizzeria closed down. Matt Pat, it doesn't have to be the same building.
closed down for years, which also
Doesn't mean it has to be the
means
same
dead
building.
Kids from the Foxy Go 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 minigame aren't another set of new victims. Because
I was about to pause saying, are these new victims?
His way through like a short bus full of pizza-hungry children. No, those kids are the first 5 dead kids, the ones who would eventually possess Old Bonnie, Chica, Freddy Foxy, and Golden Freddy. I mean, look, if the animatronics were possessed at this point, don't you think Foxy would be attacking Purple Guy rather than just running past him to perform for some dead kids?
Yeah, that's
this
fair.
also explains the random cutscene from FNaF 2 where the puppet's looking into Freddy's eyes. You can tell by the tables in the background and the design of both Bonnie and Chica that this is the FNaF 1 location with the old animatronics on stage. But it's not a flash forward to the game's next location, but rather a flash back to the moment the puppet brought these characters, these children, to life.
Okay, so I do agree
But
with the
that's just
idea
throwing
that
together some loose
FNaF
ends
1
of the
location is the
story.
same
We're
building.
interested in how this whole thing ends, and those
I do agree with that
FNaF
idea.
minigames
You convinced
give us
me.
the
I didn't really think about it
conclusion.
before, but you know what?
These
Matt Pat, you
flashback
convinced me.
minigames show Purple Guy dismantling the animatronics from the security of the safe
You
room.
know, funny how the bathrooms were boarded up, but nothing else. These rooms had to be boarded up, but like the security office, the parts and service room, nah, those are fine.
But in doing so, he's unwittingly releasing the spirits of his former victims.
I mean, I guess
Freddy,
theoretically
Bonnie,
the
Chica,
kitchen was also boarded
Foxy,
up.
Golden Freddy.
Or even- or
Their
we just don't
powers
see it.
combined, they are able to scare Purple Guy into the Golden Bonnie Springlock suit, which fails, crushes him pretty much to the point of death, though notice we never actually see him die, and the spirits fade away. Golden Bonnie with Purple
Okay, but there's no way he survives. Like 30 years? 30 years here without food, without water? Even if the Springlocks didn't kill him immediately, not only would he bleed out, but even if he doesn't bleed out, food, water, he doesn't have those, he will
guy
die.
inside, now known as Springtrap, rots away in the safe room for years until he's finally uncovered by the founders of Fazbear's Fright from the third game. With the discovery of Springtrap, this haunted house attraction inspired by the years of mystery and murder of the pizzeria chain finally has their first real animatronic, who then haunts the player for 5 nights and a nightmare night until the place burns down due to faulty wiring. The end. Take a bow. It's finally over. Well, kinda.
Finally over.
One
Yep.
final, seemingly impossible question to answer. Who is the purple guy? After spending, I kid you not, full days plotting out all the details of this game franchise on whiteboards, talking it over with anyone who would stand to listen to me ramble on and on about fictional haunted robots, and just looking at it from every possible angle, all logic points.
Yeah, I want to say, like, you know, it's very obvious that he's just like his own guy, but of course that's with hindsight, and that's with how complicated the series has become, so I'm more used to this.
To it being...
Dude, the copyright strike currently on the channel. I can't... they got a copyright strike? Can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes, and this one is 18 plus. I didn't want to make you guys wait any longer for this episode. Wow. That's funny. The reason why the theories are the way they are is because of a copyright strike.
finally has their first real animatronic, who then haunts the player for 5 nights and a nightmare night until the place burns down due to faulty wiring. The end. Take a bow. It's finally over. Well, kinda. We're still left with one final, seemingly impossible question to answer. Who is the plotting out all stand
Yeah, we already saw this.
the phone guy?
Oh,
No, not because
shit.
I made a theory about it and refused to let it die. Honestly, I couldn't care less if that last video was wrong. At this point, I
Alright.
just care about the truth, and phone guy makes the
Let's
most
hear it.
logical sense.
I
know
don't
your
think
complaints,
so.
and I promise you, if you stick with me, you'll be convinced. First, there's the circumstantial evidence I
What was that?
promise you, if you stick with me, you'll be
My knee, your ear. Who says that?
convinced. First, there's the circumstantial evidence I presented.
My
in
fist, your
FNaF
face. That's the
theory.
main
Phone
one.
Guy's admitted love of Foxy being reflected by the smiling purple guy sprite during the Foxy go-go.
Again, it could just be smiling because of dead
Distrust
kids.
Of the puppet, a creature haunted by his first victim that we see time and
To be
time
fair,
again
I'd
trying
be-
to bring a stop
I'd
to his
be
killing
a bit
spree.
scared of
His
the puppet
admitted
as well
role
if I
as a
saw that thing in
security
real
guard,
life.
even the weird phone-like object in his hand from
And
the
that's not a
Satan
phone.
minigame. But
That's
there's
not a
even
phone.
more evidence
Why would
that
he be holding a
Five
phone?
Nights at the
Especially when they were wired back in the day.
Consider this. He's the only person in the game who knows about the safe rooms. As we
'Cause he's
mentioned
an
before, all the
employee.
safe rooms were sealed up back in the Springlock suit days, back in the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, meaning
I would challenge a lot of these points that he's brought up so far. Like, he literally just could have been with the company for a
every
while.
other employee coming afterward would have never even heard of these things. Phone Guy is the only character we meet who would have any knowledge of these rooms, and more importantly, of how they operate, how they're invisible to the cameras, and more importantly, to the animatronics. And that's just the beginning. He's also the only person who knows how to use the Springlock suits. Again, once they were decommissioned,
Supposedly, they had multiple employees who were trained to do the Springlock suit stuff.
the suits were...
I mean, they already had two
Regardless
suits.
of whether you believe that the killer used a golden Bonnie suit the whole time, or you think he used a golden Freddy suit, either way, we know for a fact the killer was using one of the yellow spring-locked suits, and Phone Guy is the only character we know who had knowledge of
I think
A,
there could
where
just
they were
be
hidden, and B,
separate
how they
characters
were
that have
operated safely.
similar
Now, I
knowledge
know a
because
lot of
they've been
people
with the
have said
company.
that it couldn't have been Phone Guy because he knew better. He knew that they were dangerous and could kill him, so if he was indeed the purple guy, he wouldn't just hop into a Springtrap suit like we see depicted at the ending of FNaF 3. But there's one key detail that everyone has been overlooking, and that Scott carefully included in this game.
Did he? Rain.
There's rain. there are puddles.
You don't have to
on the
listen. You
ground.
can
It's
see the
just
raindrops on the
silly.
screen, Matt
The killer
Pat.
had been using these spring lock suits safely for years, but in his panic to escape the ghosts, he failed to
Yeah, you
notice
could
the
see them
wetness of the building
here,
around him.
here.
The killer had never encountered this problem before because the building had always been in a decent state of repair, but now it's a wreck, torn apart by age. Rain is able to seep in, something he didn't realize when he was in such a hurry to run away from the ghosts. And if moist breath can loosen the locks, you can bet some rain would make those suckers ready to snap shut. And they...
Imagine you work at Freddy's, and like some kid's running down the aisle, and then like trips over, spills his soda, splashes on you, and you just die. Some kid spills soda on you, and you die. That'd be crazy. I'd be pretty upset about that.
Killer. I mean, all of that makes a pretty compelling argument, almost an open and shut case, if there wasn't one final major criticism to the phone guy theory. Since
There's a lot of major criticisms I'm making right
It's a
now.
good one. The fact that phone guy seems to die during
Oh yeah, and that's a big one.
phone call from the first
He's using footage of the mobile game.
I may not be able to
Why?
send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night here for me. I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you. So when I did,
If phone guy was the killer, why would the robots still be active after his death and the ghosts disappear? It just wouldn't make sense unless you stop to consider the rest of FNaF 3's endings. The big twist in FNaF 3 is the inclusion of a good and bad ending. By completing the game normally, you get the bad ending, in which we see Purple Guy die in a flashback minigame, and the whole thing ends with 5 masks representing the 5 main animatronics with lights on behind their eyes. The good ending, meanwhile, requires using some not-so-subtly hidden clues to unlock minigames, then basically ignoring those games, glitching them out, and giving hidden dead kids cake to make them happy, obviously referring to the victims of Purple Guy. Beat the game this time, and the ending is largely the same, but with one fewer animatronic mask and no lights on. The obvious difference here is that in the good ending,
Golden
the
Freddy's
souls
gone.
of the dead children have been put at peace. When they disappear,
And they've been put in peace, but
they
like
don't go back
Golden
to
Freddy's
their
gone as
animatronic
well.
bodies. But the bad ending? The lights on behind the eyes of all 5 masks mean that these guys are still active. Angry, restless spirits still haunting the robots to this day. Because here's the thing. The good ending doesn't exist until you, as the player of the 3rd installment, give cake to those kids during FNaF 3's hidden minigames. What you play in FNaF 1, though, is the aftermath of the bad ending, when the animatronics have killed Phone Guy, but are still out for vengeance. Yeah, you made it through those first 5 nights at Freddy's. You overheard the death of the Purple Guy recorded live on the phone, but it wasn't enough. You got the bad ending. Even with the killer crippled in the back room in a spring lock suit, the lights are still on in these animatronics. They're still...
They died in different ways. One died from Golden Freddy and the animatronics banging on the door. The other died in a spring lock suit after being chased away by 5 spirits. The animatronics were dismantled.
Still roaming the halls, attacking anyone wearing that much hated.
But the
security guard
animatronics were
outfit.
dismantled,
People
Matt Pat.
like Mike Schmidt, an innocent guy just trying to do his job at a failing pizza restaurant. And as the final nail in the coffin, what Phone Guy says in his Night 4 recording perfectly foreshadows what we see in the games.
maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm gonna try to hold out until someone checks.
Yeah, he's talking about the parts and service room.
Yeah, I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there.
Think
Yeah,
about
you can
what
see the
Phone
empty
Guy
heads
does.
in the parts and
Hides in
service
the
room.
back room. The safe room hides in
No,
a
it's
suit,
parts and service.
despite
He,
being sprung
he,
trap-
he literally, like, when you die in the game, you see parts and service. There's a bunch of empty heads in parts and service. I don't see any empty heads out back here.
does hold out until someone checks.
No, he doesn't. You would die.
Find the hidden safe room.
And this is before all, like, the Remnant and the supernatural sci-fi shit entered the series. No human would survive that long bleeding out in a room for decades without food or water.
Set him free in fast Fazbear Fright. Exactly what the phone guy said he'd do in his final moments. And as Springtrap, he comes back in FNaF 3. Comes back like he always does. And with no real
I always come back.
animatronics present
Good
in
old
Fazbear's
classic
Fright.
line.
Remember, Springtrap is the only real one they've found, with all the rest scattered, probably located in dumps, which is why their bodies and faces are decaying. All that the spirits can do is appear as phantoms, hallucinations. Well, all except one, the puppet, who we see in his physical form roaming the hallways of Fazbear Fright. So
With the
real, in fact,
reflection.
that we see his reflection, visible in the pools of water under his feet.
Yeah.
He is there and unburnt. There's only one way to truly end this.
Well, unburn until the jump
The
scare.
murderous purple guy,
Jump scare.
burning the place to the ground.
Don't ask me.
The puppet gave robots life, gave spirits peace, and finally gave the murderer, the phone guy, his long-deserved death, or at least tried to. And that is the end of the Five Nights at Freddy's story. No hat, no movie, no fourth installment.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what happened? What's wrong?
Look!
Oh man, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 final chapter.
That's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
And of course, I'm being recommended Amanda the Adventurer. I don't know why. Like that theory wasn't out. I don't know why that would choose it as the best recommendation for me. So MatPat had to put that in manually, I think. That's funny. All right. So I'd say MatPat got it spot on until this video. The moment he started saying it's phone guy, everything got thrown out the window. It was more plausible back in the FNaF. It's plausible in the FNaF 2 days. Here, it's basically confirmed. Nuh-uh. It wasn't him. MatPat still started parading it. Was still parading it around, and I brought up a good amount of things that are like, no, this is silly. This is goofy. This is wacky. This is not it. But other than that, I think he got it like literally 1-to-1 the same. That was the only thing I think he got wrong. Take everything else that he said, make phone guy and purple guy different guys, and then you got like a spot on theory. Anyway, that is it for me. I have to be somewhere by 8 a.m. tomorrow. So I gotta go. Goodbye.